Hello, my name is Beth Transu, and welcome to my Edtech final portfolio video. This degree has been a journey, and I'm happy to share some of the highlights with you. I am a librarian at a small private liberal arts college. I'm in a unique position as an educator providing information literacy in the classroom, while also serving as an administrator where I serve on committees and provide budget and policy analysis. I chose the theme of a mountain path to demonstrate the journey that I have taken through this program. In this video, I will share highlights of this journey. I will discuss how the theory and skills I have learned in this MET program have enhanced my profession as a librarian in both educational and administrative areas. I want to start this video reflection by looking back at the beginning. If this image looks familiar, it should. I deliberately chose the same Prezi theme of a mountain path for my introductory and final portfolio videos. It is interesting to look back at this introductory video to see my initial thoughts about the program. In this introductory video, I spoke about my educator and administrator roles. When reflecting on this entire program, I realized that I enhanced skills in both spheres of practice. I first want to highlight two artifacts that clearly demonstrate how I have incorporated educational technology concepts into my work as a librarian educator. I did this by enhancing my information literacy instruction through solid grounding in theory, and then progressing to designing classroom instruction. The proudest moment of my journey in this educational technology program was the publication of an article I authored in a peer-reviewed scholarly library journal. The article was based on the research paper I wrote for Edtech 504. This course presented an enormous learning curve for me, and at the time I was just proud that I survived it. Because I am not a classroom teacher, I did not have any prior knowledge of learning theories. I slowly and deliberately made my way through the learning theories. Finally, I read about the emerging learning theory of connectivism. Many of the principles of connectivism align quite well with the standards of information literacy espoused by my own professional organization, the Association of College and Research Libraries, or ACRL. Coming across this learning theory in Edtech 504 was an enlightening moment for me. While I was familiar with the ACRL information literacy standards, I had not considered them or my instruction activity within a larger world of learning theories and resulting pedagogical strategies. As I researched and wrote the paper about the learning theory of connectivism and its relationship to information literacy, I realized that a literature gap existed connecting these two concepts, even though there were striking similarities. This journal article I subsequently wrote centered on the comparison of connectivism learning theory to ACRL information literacy standards. The article concluded with a description about how I incorporated connectivism learning theory and the network student model into an information literacy instruction session I led this past spring semester. To the best of my knowledge, the chart I created comparing connectivism learning theory with ACRL information literacy standards has never been created or discussed in the educational or library science literature. I then integrated learning theory into complete lesson plans. I created a lesson plan to teach first-year health science students how to evaluate health-related online information. If these students are unable to evaluate health information found online, they could cause serious injury to patients in their future professional careers. Therefore, I chose to create an information literacy classroom session for health science students that utilized and seamlessly integrated multiple technologies. This lesson plan, which is illustrated here on this screenshot, began with a satirical YouTube video. An online Dilbert comic strip was then used to arouse student motivation, as theorized by Bolton and Gray. Following a brief presentation about evaluating websites, students were asked to transfer that knowledge to online health information. Students divided into small groups and discovered online resources for an upcoming assignment. Students chose and evaluated the resource and determined whether it contained credible health information. Students were then asked to post the website and their evaluation to a Padlet webpage as seen here. The Padlet website allowed students to post notes without needing to pre-register or provide personal information. The Padlet wall allowed me as the instructor to easily facilitate classroom instruction on the topic, using this student work as examples. This MET program also enhanced my information and literacy and digital literacy skills in my work as an administrator, working with campus committees and faculty to improve their technology skills. Part of my administrative duties involved reviewing and recommending policy changes. I was able to hone these skills through the blog policy assignment in Edtech 597, Blogging in the Classroom. This request has its roots in a lawsuit filed against an academic librarian in his university. The librarian blogged about predatory publishing practices and was subsequently sued by one of the publishers listed in the blog post for $4 million. This case has the potential to chill librarian and faculty activities, such as providing book reviews and authoring professional blogs. Many colleagues and universities, including my own, have not yet formally extended academic freedom as part of the tenure process to professional blogs. I feel very strongly about this issue and its potentially devastating impact on professional blogging by educators. I have written about this case on my personal blog, and I have discussed this issue with faculty across the country who read my blog and wish to explore the issue further. I am also pleased that this MET program provided the opportunity to enhance skills through projects that combined both my educational and administrative roles with educational technology. In the Edtech 543 class, I curated an informational resource page. Successfully curating resources requires the ability to identify, search, discover, evaluate, and organize resources for a user group. This skill set is eerily similar to the skill set needed for information literacy. As I read about the theory of curating in Edtech 543, I was a little frustrated because I do this all the time as a librarian, and yet librarian roles as curators were rarely mentioned in the literature that we were assigned to read for the class. I realized then that I, as a librarian, still have much to do to educate the public and educational technologists about roles as librarian curators. I chose to curate a page about the use of iPads in higher education. I decided to use LibGuides as my platform for this curated resource. LibGuides is a highly flexible page template used by growing numbers of librarians for their research guides, including Albertson Library here at Boise State University. It is recognized throughout the library field as an easy-to-use resource for curating topics within any discipline. It utilizes cascading style sheets or CSS coding in the background, although the librarian does not need to know CSS for basic use of the pages. I design and curate pages for specific departments, majors, and courses. These pages contain a mix of information, links, resources, contact methods, feedback forms, and video tutorials. One of my pages is related to the artifact I created for this course, and I used some resources from the artifact in my page. ITS requested me to organize a web page about iPads when they rolled out iPads to faculty. I discovered, evaluated, organized, and shared helpful apps that faculty might find useful for academic use. This page has been viewed more than 1,300 times in the past year by college faculty and staff. Ultimately, what matters most when considering what I gain from this MET program is how it impacts the faculty and students with whom I work. This quote from a faculty member came directly from the iPad workshop I designed in Edtech 503. I think it shows the immediate impact the course had on my instruction design and the enhanced relationships I am forming based on my improved skill set. I hope I have shown through this video how I have combined educational technology with librarianship. I have successfully engaged with activities throughout this program to improve my own role as educator and administrative librarian. I am more effectively able to combine information literacy and digital literacy. This will improve instructional strategies I use with students, as well as administrative planning when serving on administrative committees, such as the Campus Educational Technology Committee. As a librarian holding an MLS, and hopefully soon an MET, I now consider myself a librarian educational technologist. In short, I hope to expand my combined roles as a librarian and educational technology expert. I wish to create a space on campus where information literacy truly does meet digital literacy. Thank you.